So I've received some comments asking how to auto-increment order numbers in your application. And there's a reason why this isn't very easy in AppSheet, in that most of the calculations you define as an initial value or even auto-compute, they all tend to be calculated on the client side. For example, when using initial value, if you were going to use an initial value field to calculate an auto-incrementing order number, if 5 people have the app basically go to the app at the same time, their separate orders will all essentially calculate the same order number, which is not the desired effect. You want those 5 people to be able to send in multiple orders at the same time, and then each of them will have their unique order number. So we have to be able to control when things are calculated on the client side versus when they're calculated on the server side. So we have this effect here in this app that we can build where when I add multiple items or when I create multiple records in my app, I could send that record off to the server and the server will assign the actual order number. And then to really reinforce this effect, I basically created a automation where I could quickly create orders in the background to show you the effect at scale. So I have 3 different clients open across these different windows. I'm going to just click these buttons intermittently and often just to generate the effect of a lot of different orders coming in at the same time. Okay, so now that they're done processed, let's take a look at our orders now. And let's just scroll here from order 1 all the way down. You can see that my orders are all incrementing in order. I don't have any duplicates. And each order got assigned a unique identifier. And then once again, switching over to the spreadsheet, you can see the effect here as well. All these orders that were done by the quick order 2000 as the server received those orders. So let's take a look how it was done. First, we'll look at the data structure. So it is important to remember that your app is still going to require that there's a key at the time the record is sent into the server in the first place. So we're not going to eliminate the need for a random key to be generated. But the nice thing is you can just purely have this for the app in the background. You do not ever need to share this with the server itself. Then the second most important column here is going to be the order number itself. And then we'll get into the formatted order number, which is just essentially concatenating a value onto the order number itself. But ultimately, these two are going to be important for setting up the ability to auto-increment on the server through an automation. So we're going to jump into the app definition to take a look at what's going on here. So we'll go to the orders table here, and we have our random key and order number. So our random key, just like most applications you build, will have this unique ID that's being generated as an initial value. This is all done on the client side. So the moment somebody opens a form up, this is being calculated and populated into the field. This is also why we never want to calculate an auto-incrementing number in the initial value field. Because that means if you have multiple people starting from the same point in time or using the same data because they open the app up at the same time, you'll never have a unique identifier for each of those users. So the next one here is the order number, and this is the part where we're going to actually use an automation to calculate it. So going to our automation section, we can see we have a very simple automation here. We have an event that occurs that's going to be very simply a data change event when records are added to the orders table and nothing more. So just these 3 values. And then the result of that event occurring is going to run this simple data action for this step here in our process. So we're going to set rows, and we're going to set the column order number, and then we're going to calculate the max value from all the orders in the table. So we'll calculate whatever the max number is from all the order numbers, and then we'll just simply add 1 to that. That's all. And most of you probably have already guessed you would do that anyway, but I'm just reinforcing that formula here. And with this being done by the automation itself, this ensures that you're relying on the AppSheet server to perform the calculation. With automations, all automations are processed in order or in serial. You never have the same automation processing 2 different streams of information, because the automations need to ensure data continuity. The data must be processed in order as it's being received from each of the clients. So this is actually assigning the order number, and then to create more of a custom formatted order number, all we're doing here is with a formula where you can concatenate together a string of characters with the order number to create that unique look for your orders, such as in this case, if this channel sold stuff, I might put AYB-order number, just to ensure that when I'm talking to customers, they're actually giving me an order number that is valid and not some other number they may be confused by. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and have a good one.